们湄洲岛没有什么可做的东西，靠山吃山，靠海吃海，就是这样。我今年70了，我们这班年纪都是17、18岁就下海捕鱼了。我们2001年开始用海带，2009年开始养鲍鱼。我家小孩也是养鲍鱼的，也赚不了什么钱。乌兰每年3月份、4月份，每年都有一点赤潮，那对一堆鲍鱼影响很大。什么人都不知道我们这边的困境，大风台风，我们这边什么都懂。以前的古人哦，海里面有难什么的，马祖会出现救人。
一般几点吹落来？ 好都不一样啊！我看看这边小地量都下来了。
I'm originally from this city of Putian, and I was on Meizhou Island a few times when I was younger in my childhood. I'm going back to a place that I thought I was familiar with.
这个点啊，零哈，这更高了个，这点我清好点。清好点。
So we were first invited by Meizhou Island by the Culture and Tourism Department. As a role of an architect, if you're invited to a place, and of course they're hoping you to build something more monumental, more iconic, of course. We have been working in rural regions for the past 10 years. And we always want to use architecture to revive the local heritage and restore rural identity. When the cities are becoming more or less the same, every rural region still has its own history and legacy. In the past 10 years, we've been mostly working with the mountain region. So it's actually a very different context when we arrived on Meizhou Island. We started with the research to walk around the entire island. We call it a diagnose process to understand island, not only about the beauty of the island, but also the issues with the island. Following the locals is really the essential part of our process. Architecture isn't just about the form of the building or the material technology. It's also about, the temperature, the wind, the humidity, and the smell. You have to capture these elements that is not able to be written down. And if you put it into words, then it's gone. Every year, there's around 3 million visitors coming to the island for the pilgrimage. This belief is so overwhelming, is so dominant. It seems like most of the visitors to the island would only come for this temple. The real life on the island was somehow ignored by the visitors. You can drive around the island within half an hour, but then every part of the island, there's something very intriguing and inspiring. We thought there was a possibility to connect this part of the life and to translate with architecture. We also wanted to create a new balance or a new circulation to be able to bring these visitors to other parts of the island. we propose the idea of a cluster of small interventions integrating together with the local communities, with their daily life and production.
做这菜要看这个海区的位置。深海区的话，潮水比较急，这个浪比较大，一般生长比较快。那对光头我的小象。这是菠萝地哪来给？啊。你这小农他们的农历8月15左右哈，到现在9月初1个多月了，又可以收成了。我们梅州大做了几十年了，50-60年了。现在我们整个村只有50多户园子菜的，最多的话大概有1000多户。比如说上面原来就有园，现在就都没有园了，都换系了，没两园了。哪里好巧？哎，你好，你好。哪里好巧？
采摘我不会，我就在陆地上帮忙一些事情了。实际上海面上的很多事情，我实际上都不会的。
好嘞，好了，
好，可以了，走吧。
可以了，
可以了，走吧。Coco先拜。不，阿哥还，你在干什么？来，你要不要拔紫菜？现在紫菜的话，还是比猪肉要贵的。做紫菜的话，投资实际上也需要一定的成本，比如说，要养的那种紫菜苗，然后还有一些浮球啊，还有一些海上的一些绳索啊，工具啊，船只的维护啊。紫菜还没收成就要先进行一些投入。
今天早上收了满满的一车紫菜，所以整个车子都是紫菜的味道。 我个人现在就在卖紫菜，也是一个业余爱好吧。今拿我来搞这个，好。好，估计 pass。哎，欢迎。这得来毛里老哈呢。哎呀。哎。哎，跟我他那单独吹噻。
我那欧六那个程度喂。
啊，
跟老大个背都来了，能赢了。好。我的网名就叫渔家女，那这个网名的这个来源是因为我父亲就是渔民。我觉得他们太辛苦了，所以自己现在要努力，就是想让父亲不要再当渔民了。晒湄洲岛头水紫菜啦，纯手工，日晒而干，大自然的味道，欢迎大家来品尝。买头水紫菜找小魏哦。
Basically, I knew nothing before visiting Meizhou Island. The local fishermen bring us to this seaweed incubator. And it's also used for washing seaweed after the harvesting. For the local people, this is very ordinary, very common facility on the island. But for me, it was really an incredible moment to see such a beautiful structure built with this local stone and standing next to the ocean, with the silent space growing the baby seaweed underneath the still water.
不到有70-80斤吧。这有水里面就那么重，没有的话就一般就30-40斤就这样。
So instantly this becomes the inspiration for a new seaweed incubator on the same location. So if we want to open this facility to public, we need to reinforce all the structure or to build a new facility. And our idea is really to present this incubator just as its original form. The space becomes an opportunity to reintroduce the culture, the heritage of seaweed incubator. It's also an understanding of how fishermen make a living. In a certain scale, can also bring a new circulation and economic potential to the village community. When we talk about the physical architecture, it's always about the control of accessibility. Fishermen come to the mudland to cultivate oyster and capture crabs or fish. It's basically an ocean farm.
哎，这就是它那个鱼笼，对吧？
对。
The fishermen can come in during the low tide to pick the oyster and bring them back to the market before the tides rise again. This is already like a daily routine for them.
这个涨潮的话，海水能涨到多高啊？
这里都看不见的。
就都会有2米吗？1米、2米？
那倒是，哦，不止3米有的，那个石头到那个石头堆。
You know, we constantly build. We find any reason to build, to continue building everywhere. We never question about the necessity for building, for architecture. Being on the mudland, it's totally changing my understanding, my perception, and also my approach towards architecture. It opens up my mind that maybe it's not necessary to make a building at all. With the design, you can bring people through this very special walkway to the center of the ocean, to understand the cultivation and also to appreciate the landscape. Every place you ended up making a kind of physical architecture museum, it's not needed. On a site like this, actually, this is already a live museum. It's an open museum. To be honest, I have no criticism on whatever at the background. I just really appreciate everything. So we collect all these recycled pillars for oyster cultivation and position them as a circle around this small island. Everything is from the side.
Mana Enzu à? Hay đi à con nhà sao là bôi đến đó cái sự sự cái顺lợi biến biến nạn vậy này.
作为结构工程师，这个项目我负责的是本地的这些配合的这些事情。这2个好挖一点吗？
这个都可以挖。
这1、2、3。
因为这根我怕是它垂直。
哦，那个是，那不要走进去了，绳子都不要了。
啊，
这
这几根嘛？
那里太远了。
那可以挖吗？
可以挖，要踩下去啊，他们。
踩下去，他们踩下去没事。
可以了。好的，没问题。那今天来得及挖了。
挖5根吗？
挖5根好了，或者挖6根好了，是。
也可以，好，
对吧？
OK。
这对吧？这肯定是要那个的。要帮个忙。
This is an installation almost as a monument, an ephemeral monument, but it's also a practical, functional structure to the life and production happening.
就是说，我们只要20分钟内，我们就要撤退，就要回去了，因为潮水马上就涨上来了。
This is really a project we were guided by the local fishermen to understand the design, to integrate different parts of the marine cultivation.
他想让我们看一下，我们要采那个黄色的那个吧。
等一下，
好厉害！真的就在海上搭设了一个浮岛，太牛了。
这边鱼排我们以前是下面就用泡沫的，蚊子盖在上面。现在国家有规定，那个泡沫有污染，我们旧的鱼排全部都拆掉了。
但是我们想的是把中间挖一个圆出来，这样那个养鱼的鱼塘就在中间了。所以油工，我觉得我们还是就一长条，里面有两到三个，2个一组，然后那边再有一个就可以了。把它放到一个长方形里面，看起来比较合理。因为你如果分成几个碎块，那个浪一来还是晃得厉害。 其实我们在做的设计，基本上都是在这个海岛上，在找一些独特的关于地方的这个生活或者是生产。本身来说，并不是一个特别宏大的一个设计。哦，这里边是养鱼的是吧？
对啊，
就是它围了一个鱼塘嘛，海上的一个鱼塘嘛。除了生产设施，它其实同样也是可以作为一个社会空间，作为一个教育、文化，甚至是休闲的空间。鱼排在哪边？鱼排在哪边？
咱们那个拱起来的那个。
哦，就是那一片哈，去看一下。And see, everything is just tied with the string. So that works very easily. Yeah, it's like a boat. It's like a cover for boat, right? Yeah, the bamboo structure is rather like this, and then on top there will be smaller cladding on top. Yeah, not like the big ones. That's how the bamboo is bended. That's a structural element. I think they have to find a way to build it. Now it's not correct. And we are not expecting to have the space open for rainy days. So mostly for cultivation, but then this can also be used as additional functions. So in this process of working, designing and building for local community, the concept of local community expands. That's not only the villagers, the fishermen, but also the environment and the other species.
"就是海上森林，是吧？它这样退潮出去，我们看到又是一个滩涂，它支撑了很多的生物多样性。
Mangrove helps to capture carbon, and at the same time, it also creates this intelligent ecosystem for other species.
这棵根系已经应该这是有10几年的，至少
对，15年了。这个因为我15年前来了这里开始种，所以有15年。你看它这个根哈，它是个板状，就是绑在一起定住在这里，所以怎么风浪都吹不走啊。
Our initial design was trying to reuse abandoned structure on the land for researchers and also for visitors. We realized that we didn't need to build a physical building for the researchers. When they arrive, they work on the mudland.
闻到腥臭味了没有？闻到了。闻闻看，很香。我们在做那个预制块的实验，我们现在希望就是说，未来人能够有一条通道能够走到那个里面去。我们想利用的是贝壳，它因为贝壳它其实是碳酸钙，它可以作为混凝土的骨料。
It's very beautiful. This would be very nice material. I wouldn't say it's very smelly.
No,
it's okay.
in fact, maybe now.
It's okay. Yeah. I think it's over polished, so it loses some of the grayish color of the shell. Maybe the skin, if they keep some of the skin, it would be even better.
叶公，但这个栈道就是跟我们现在同心圆的栈道一个做法吧？
同心圆的有步道吗？
上岛的那条路，那条路面的那个吗？
不一样，这一点。
那这块儿都有很多红树林，可能我也不是直的。
对，这个就是弯弯曲曲的，你怎么填都
不是
可以。
它红树林要保护的时候，这个牡蛎壳压下去，它会影响它的根系，而且预制块呢搬的时候又会压到红树林。
包括我们莆田很多地方，就天然的红树都没有了。所以现在在恢复的都是我们用很高的代价再去一颗一颗的种，一代一代的保护才留下来。尽管这里才300-500亩，但是真的投入是相当高，而且花了好几代人的精血在这里。那么就也不能因为要开发旅游或者希望鼓励多的人来看，就把破坏掉，这个很可惜。
快一点走，
其实我们在那个区块是有一个已经是废弃掉的鱼塘，以前是养殖的。能不能也是在红树林它提供的一个生态环境里？比如说我们在红树林的虾蟹呀，这个建筑不是给人建的，我们重新再利用哈，再利用不是给人。
生物多样性建的。
对，是。For this project, the design is very minimal and almost invisible. The idea is that we can fix this broken structure and fix the water gate. That becomes also the shelter space for clams, for fish, for crabs.
那个修大概需要多长时间？
我按我现在判断，破损全部修好要2个多月。2个多月？对，很长。
这么长时间？
对，而且都是淤泥地。
它主要那个施工时间比较
难度，就是说它机械进不去那地方。
但只要里边有水，它那个虾蟹什么就能够就在里边长起来。但是你其实涨潮全长满的时候是看不到那个鱼塘，全部都盖住。所以我觉得就是恰恰是那个场景会特别美，全部盖住，然后慢慢一点下去，然后出现一点点上面的那个鱼塘那个边界，然后再往下，旁边水下去，中间的水就还留着。
And if they swim out of the fish pond with high tide, that's no problem at all. It's really become a kind of additional space for biodiversity on the mudland. In China, we have half population still in the countryside that were forgotten in the past. If we expand our vision and our working field, we could turn architectural or design into somehow a social strategy. It's really a rediscovery for our culture and tradition. The overall idea isn't about how many locations or how many pieces of buildings, but really it's becoming a kind of a connected loop to boost circulation for the overall well-being.